to your show, Que Pasa, New Orleans from Panama. Panama, the country, not Panama City, the beach. Panama, the country. Felipe.
Super excited to be here in Panama. This is my first time, Javier, and so far so good. It's so beautiful. I really like it. It's very similar to Miami, Florida.
That is true. How long did it take us to get here? Like 3 hours and a half?
It was around 3 hours and a half. Initially, it was supposed to be like 4 hours, but apparently they made it very quick.
It's very quick. We came on Copa Airlines. Copa Airlines has a direct flight from New Orleans to Panama, so that's the way we got here. It has direct flight here on a Thursday. We're on a Thursday, and we're going back on Sunday. But here we are at the main point here, which is called Casco Viejo.
Hey, Casco Viejo, Javier, this is definitely one of the first places you need to visit when you come to Panama.
It's the center of the old city. Right here we have the cathedral. We also have the museum of the Panama Canal, the famous Panama Canal. And we have like different places of government, right?
Different places of government, la Casa Presidencial, and that would be like kind of like the White House over here in Panama, and it's actually white.
Yes, it is actually right. This is very beautiful. This is colonial. I know that Panama was founded in 1519. However, before it was attacked by a pirate, they set the city on fire, and then they rebuilt like 150 years after. So when they rebuilt, this is the location that we are in right now. This is Casco Viejo. So they fortified this whole place right here so that wouldn't happen again.
Very, very interesting, Javier. Apparently you did your homework.
I did my homework. I did do my homework. And here we are in Panama. And we're going to bring you the beautiful city, all those little places that we're going to explore, a little bit of the food, the culture, the Panama Canal, and much more. So here you are in Que Pasa, New Orleans, in Panama. Right here in the heart of Casco Viejo, we have Museo del Canal Interoceánico de Panamá, the Panama Canal Museum. Here we're going to see the history of how they did this marvel of engineering. The country of Panama is very tied with this, so we're going to go in and explore a little bit of that. Let's go. One of the most important visits that you need to do when you're here in Panama is to visit the Bio Museo. Here I am with Deyanira Alvarez. She's the communications officer for the museum. How are you, Deyanira?
Hi, welcome.
Well, this is so beautiful, the building itself.
Thank you, yes. Well, the Bio Museo is actually a Frank Gehry design museum. It's the only one in Central America, so we're very proud of that. Mm-hmm. And we tell the story of how Panama rose from the bottom of the ocean 4 million years ago and changed the world as we know it. It created a land bridge between North America and South America and divided an ocean, creating the Pacific and the Atlantic. So basically, life as we know it is such as it is because of Panama. And that's the story we tell here.
Why is it so rich? Why is it so different compared to any other countries of Latin America?
It's natural history, just how plants and animals migrated through Panama from south to the north, and the weather itself here, it's very prone, it's very warm, so plants thrive and animals' life just thrives here.
So that's what makes Panama the most biodiverse country, one of the most in the world.
It is actually, we have more species of plants and trees in Panama than in the United States and Canada together. And just here in the park around the building, we have identified 290 species of butterflies, just here in this area. So we are a very rich country, not only in the culture, but also in biodiversity.
Tell me about the museum itself. It was created what year?
We opened on October 2nd, 2014, so 5 years ago. And we're actually on our anniversary month this October. And we've received over 600,000 visitors. I mean, Panama is a very small country, so for us that's a big number.
Yes.
And we have 8 permanent galleries. Each one tells a different story of Panama's geological story. So we begin introducing the concept of biodiversity and what it is, and then we start our travel through our galleries, and then you learn different things about Panama within
So
them.
like it's a journey through time to see all the different changes.
Yep, that's right. So we have a geological gallery where we see rocks and like what happened underneath the ocean 70 million years ago that's helped Panama rise. And then we have a story of what happened, the consequences once Panama rose and became a bridge between North America and South America, that animals started migrating. And then we have the story of the arrival of humans in Panama, because we're also part of the story here. And then we have this amazing gallery with 2 huge oceanic tanks that tell the story of how life is different in each ocean because of Panama. And then we close the exhibits with a journey, with kind of missions that tell you what you should go do and see for yourself in Panama. So it's a pretty cool museum.
I want to ask you 2 questions. I saw a lot of children, a lot of schools visiting, so it has like a huge educational component. I saw them very much engaged with all the exhibits that you have over here. Like, it's wonderful how they get so, hooked to what the museum represents, right?
Yeah, so we do have a very important educational program. We actually receive public schools for free. And our guides are very young, so they know how to engage with kids. And we have different types of tours depending on the grade. So like if you're in 3rd grade, it's going to be a different tour than if you're in like 11th or 12th grade.
Right.
And it's going to depend on what you're doing in the classroom. So it's kind of like an extension of what you're doing in your science or your biology class. And then you come here and then you kind of live the experience of
Right. That's so cool. Very well thought. My last question, if anybody is here visiting Panama from any part of the United States or the world, how long does it take them to visit a museum like this? In hours, maybe,
I mean, it really depends on you. It
And
could
how much
be
time you can spend.
it could be a 45-minute tour where you go like fast lightning and you kind of like just see everything really fast, or it could be a 2-hour tour where you kind of like really go in depth. I mean, we've also had tourists spend like the whole day here.
And I think it's well worth to spend the whole day here, because I mean, it's such a beautiful scene in the background. You can walk around, you can bike around too. So you can visit the museum and also stay in, around the museum. But the museum itself, so plan for like a couple hours to really grasp all the important things about that biodiversity that Panama represents, right?
Yep, that's right. And I mean, if you're really, really lucky, you can also see boats go through the Panama Canal.
One of the islands off of the coast of Panama is Flamenco Island. It's a beautiful island where you see boats here, you see yachts. People come, take pictures with this beautiful sign of Panama. But what's more interesting is that over there in the ocean, there's boats, big, huge ships waiting already to cross the Panama Canal. And that's where we're going to go look at. The line of boats are already forming to cross the canal. So please come with me, join me, because we're going to go take a look. And here you see them, the big ships, the big cargo ships already lined up to cross the canal. Right here, the wait is about, they tell me, around like 2 days. They wait here, they line up, but that is even better than having to cross down there, Argentina, right? So they are right here just waiting their turn to cross the canal. I think that the duration of their journey through the canal from ocean to ocean is about 3-4 hours. I'm not sure, but I'm going to check on that. So next stop, Panama Canal. And here we are, finally, Esclusa de Miraflores. This is the one place you need to visit if you're coming to Panama, because here you have the opportunity to see all the ships they're going through Panama, through the canal. Esclusa de Miraflores. We're going to go inside and take a look. And we are finally here at the Panama Canal, this marvel of engineering. We're waiting for the first ships to come down this way from the Atlantic in their journey to the Pacific. They're going to get to sea level. In the morning, we have the opposite. We have all those ships are traveling from the Pacific into the Atlantic Ocean through the canal. Here we are at the Copa Airlines headquarters. Marco Ocando, Senior Director of Marketing, is with me. How are you, Marco?
Fine, thank you so much. Thank you.
We're very, very happy. Que Pasa New Orleans is here visiting, and courtesy of Copa Airlines. We came in a direct flight from New Orleans on Thursday. We're leaving on Sunday. I think this is the best opportunity for anybody to come here and visit Panama, right?
Yeah, great. It's actually a great opportunity. It's a direct flight. You know, it's actually 2.5, 3 hours. I mean, it's not too long. So you're here and you have a great time. It's actually a very good timing. 3 days is perfect to come and see and check out Panama.
What are the advantages of coming to Panama over any other city, even in the Caribbean, for anybody that lives around New Orleans in Louisiana or in Mississippi and some other states are close by?
Yeah, I think, you know, one of the advantages, I mean, all these countries that we serve are beautiful and they have their unique things, but Panama is particularly unique. I mean, we have a campaign called Only in Panama, because you have very unique things to the city, like the skyline of Panama. You know, the skyline that you only see in very few cities in the Americas, but at the same time, you have a jungle, like in the Gamboa Reserve Forest, like right 30 minutes from it. And also you have the Canal of Panama, which is one of the main attractions in the world, you know, I would say. And then you have two oceans, you know, you have the Atlantic and the Pacific Ocean. And you can do that in one day. You can be having breakfast in the Pacific and then lunch in the Atlantic and come back to the Pacific for the night. So not many countries in the world you can do that. So there's many, plus the culture, right? We have a mix of the different cultures. Panama has always been a melting pot, if you will, of many nationalities and people and many companies, many foreigners that make life here and tourism. So it's really a unique experience.
I think it's a unique experience. For us, it's been wonderful just coming on Thursday. We've been able to illustrate what you just said, because we went to the Panama Canal. We also went to the Biomuseo.
Oh my God.
Yes, we went to we went to the Casco Viejo. Yeah. So, I mean, we had the opportunity, and today is only day 3. So there's many, many things that you can do, like you said, that you don't have to travel long distances, that everything is close by, and so neat because there's a variety of activities.
I always say that Panama is like a huge college campus because it's actually it's a 1.5 million people city, and it's actually not too long, not too big, and so you can do many things and a very short distances. And you have Uber here, works perfect. You got to remember the currency here is the dollar, the U.S. dollar, so you don't have to worry about exchanging and anything. So it's very convenient, and all the conveniences of the first world. I mean, we have a really advanced technology things, platforms that work here, Airbnb, Uber. I mean, all the major hotel chains. So it's really convenient. It's actually, you get the experience of Latin American flavor, but you also have some of the comfort of the U.S.
I know Copa Airlines is always thinking of the customer, how to enhance their experience. I know that you have something now, it's called that you can stop here in Panama. What is the program and what is it about?
Yeah, we call it the Panama Stopover. It's a wonderful product. We're about to, we had a version of it, but we're about to relaunch a much better version by the end of November. And it's about basically allowing you to have twice the fun, you know, to have 2 vacations in one. You basically can go to any of your final destinations with Copa Airlines from New Orleans. Remember, we serve from Panama many destinations to Latin America and the Caribbean. You come here, it's our hub, and then you go to other places too. But then now in your itinerary, you can stop here in Panama, an additional cost in your airfare. So you're able to enjoy Panama up to like 7 days. You don't have an extra charge on the ticket for the same price. So it's actually, you get 2 vacations in one. And also we're working with the Panama government and other entities to ensure that you have attractions and incentives, like, you know, free tickets to the canal and stuff like that. So it's a wonderful thing. I mean, it's a no-brainer, I will say, because you have a vacation you plan ahead of time. You call your travel agent or you go into online, copa.com, and then you're able to do it.
So, for example, say you're going to Costa Rica, and you want to do a trip to Costa Rica, but you say, well, I'm going by Panama, and I would love to visit Panama at least for 2-3 days. So they just buy the ticket to Costa Rica. What kind of arrangements do they do or need to make?
Yeah, actually, as I said, we're relaunching the program, but you're going to learn about it because we're going to do a big campaign in the U.S. in particular. So towards the end of November, and there are going to be instructions there. You're going to be directed to a microsite, and you have all the instructions there. But the important thing is that you have to plan in advance. I mean, when you're buying the ticket, you have to tell us that you want to do that. It's not after the fact because of different reasons. So when you're planning your vacation, you just plan ahead. You get the instructions what to do, and then you can schedule it 3-4 days, up to 7 days, as I said, without any other charges, and then you're up for a great double vacation.
That is awesome. Copa Airlines is serving now New Orleans to Panama, direct flight now for 4 years, right?
Yes, 4 years. We're very happy. 4.5 years, actually. June 2015, we're very happy with this flight. It's one of the cities that we actually wanted to go more because it's an exciting city. It's a wonderful place. Wonderful people there, too, that have supported us. I need to say kudos to Louis Armstrong International Airport, to GNO, to many people there who helped us, really, the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, too, who've helped us maintain this flight. Is actually doing very well. We've increased the gauge in some cases, and we're doing fine. We really love New Orleans, and the relationship that we built is wonderful. So you just hope to keep growing.
That's right. And for those New Orleanians and those Louisiana residents that love the culture of Louisiana and New Orleans, they're into the music, into jazz, and here in Panama, you're going to get a lot more of the same. So you should come over here.
And with a Latin twist, the thing is we have a great, one of the best jazzes in the world. Danilo Perez is from here, from Panama, and he has a bar, a Latin jazz bar. I think you've probably been there. Wonderful place, a small, cozy American Trail hotel, and you get, Panama, it's got a lot of music. Ruben Blades, now we have Sech, the reggae guy, doing record hits, and we have all kinds of music. Erica Ender, Despacito, she wrote that. So it's a very musical country. In that sense, we're very similar, and we have a lot of that flavor that I guess in New Orleans and Louisiana have. So we're like sister cities.
So to stay tuned for all those things that are happening, just go to the website, Copa Airlines?
Yes, Copa Airlines. Actually, you'll get notified because we're going to do a nice campaign in the U.S. Starting, I think, mid-November. So be in the alert. But you also can go to copa.com. We're going to be announcing it quite a bit. And check out our Instagram, Copa Airlines, @Copa Airlines. Be around mid-November and beyond. Just be on the lookout and make sure you have twice the fun. Why not? And, you'll be able to do what you want to do, but also stop in Panama. And I promise you, next time you want to come to Panama directly.
Very good. Thank you so much, Mr. Marco Cando. Thank you for Copa Airlines, and thank you for your courtesy.
Thank you for the opportunity. Welcome to Panama.
And we get to the nightlife here in Panama City. What to do, where to dine. This is a great option. Siete Cepas in the neighborhood of San Francisco in the street of Villa Porras. You can find it. It's 139 Villa Porras. We have Spanish food, but we also have Cuban food. We have local music, but we also have Cuban music. Right here in this beautiful neighborhood, you can try the best food and the best wine. We're going to go inside and bring you in there too. So come with me. Here in Panama City. Maybe after having wonderful dinner at Siete Cepas, you want to come here to Casco Viejo. Casco Viejo, many of the restaurants on the rooftop, they have incredible nightlife. This is what's going on right now. So let's go check it out.